Hello there. It is I, the autistic vlogger, here once again today. Um, what, viewers? I've been like doing a lot of thinking, and the I've been doing a lot of thinking to the point where I'm like, what should I do for this video? Well, today I've been doing lately the history stuff, but to top it all off, I decided to talk about my 8th grade prom story. And yeah, and I'll be walking through by the video. There won't be much because I mean, it was a bad time before, but now it's already 2026, so you'll be like, why not bother? Like, what's the point of doing an 8th grade prom story if you're already like, because it's been like 3 years since I remember graduating from 8th grade in middle school. So, it was kind of a rough time, I gotta say. I mean, I've been doing just fine. I mean, doing a lot better. Actually, I've been going out of district. The best part about it is just getting more help and better resource. Because in other school districts, they're now like they have not much of resource now because they're lacking of staffing of the schools in general. So yeah, so it is kind of tough here. But I made it through it. I mean, hey, at least it's better late than never. So, now we might do a little bit of reaction videos from that time when I was in graduating 8th grade. We had like an 8th grade prom. So to tell you all that, and also like about my graduation too. Like it was like so overwhelming. It was overwhelming, but I'm like, I mean, I did what got through it, so it was well worth it. Um, so yeah, it was important to graduate, but before they didn't allow me to wear any headphones because they had to take the photos obviously for graduation, look more professional, and kinda, I mean, whatever they do in their own stuff, but I had really bad sensory, so it was really tough. I mean, top it all off, it was a really tough time when I was in 8th grade. And yeah, pretty much. To top it all off. Yeah. So today we're gonna be talking about my 8th grade prom. Cause my brother recently had a prom, so at least, but it was so boring this time. My time was like more better. I don't know why. My brothers just didn't have much to do because they were young. They were like young, and I'm the older one. So, considering that I graduated already in 2022, well, since 2022, it was a really tough time, I gotta say. But anyway, so on top of all this, let's get onto the reactions. Um, might move it okay here. Alrighty. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna show you. I'm not. It might remind you though, viewers. This was from YouTube that I remember watching. So it was like a really like tough time though. But and I'm not gonna say any names obviously because I don't want to spread too much information, or nor spread too much of the information of the school that could get me in trouble. But it's just like I'm doing only for my 8th grade prom story, like I mentioned. So yeah, um, and yes, you can see my face finally again. Like, cause I've been doing the history videos. It was just kind of boring. So I might as well talk about my 8th grade prom story, and that's what I'm doing now. So yeah. This was me. This was literally me in the photo. I can't like put a big screen. I can't like make it big, but this was mainly me right there. You can literally see in that left corner or right corner. I don't even know, but it's probably like made through that side where like staying there and not much of smiling. Like, you can clearly see the difference to my facial. I didn't have that much hair before. I was like only 14. I was like still a little young. Remind you though, it was a tough time though on my 8th grade prom. But you know, it was more fun. I mean, back then wasn't a problem because it was like, because we were older at the time. Those kids that you are seeing right now, they were the ones that were severe. I can't put any too much information on them because it's just a privacy reasons. So I can't really say anything per se that's related with medical. So I can't really like put too much information. You know what I mean? Even though it's called Middle School Video Yearbook 2022. That's what the title was called. Yeah, it was 2022, 3 years ago. I was like, man, how am I gonna handle my 8th grade prom? Because my mom back then, when she had her prom, she had to go to like some type of bank. I don't know. It was like some like a party event that they had back then. Now in 2022 to 26, not much. I mean, 2022 was alright mostly for me because I was like having more fun, and except my brother, because he was like more of a young one. He's only 13 viewers, so he'll be 14 this year. So, and also at the same time, viewers, I might do a video for my brother's birthday. Yeah, you'll be seeing that, viewers, right on July 12th. Yeah, literally next month of July. So, yeah. But remind you though, it was a really tough time. I gotta say, you can tell through my facial appearance, I wasn't very thrilled. I wasn't as happy as much because, you know, the teachers and the staffing, they weren't as much and were like lacking resources. That's why it was so difficult back then. But now I came a long way, and I'm able to go to school, have an education, and able to make it through like the summer program. Because I as a special education student, I'm required for education throughout until like 21, 22. So, or 21 and a half probably. Yeah, that's what I'm required where in the state of New Jersey here as special education students. So, yeah. It was really tough. I mean, mind you though, I was in a special education class in the town I am in here, because it was like very tough. I mean, in general too, they lack resources through other districts too. It's like tough. But again, viewers, I'm not gonna say too much information because regarding with kids that I know over kids that I don't know, I don't want to spread too much information here because it is school purpose and I don't want to be in trouble for any misuse of those materials. Because I don't know what's going to happen, but just so you know, viewers, I'm just telling you all my 8th grade prom, alright? Like, literally. I'm telling you all my 8th grade how my prom was back then. Because technically I didn't say anything until now, so it was a good time now to do it. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, during my 8th grade prom, we had like music, we were dancing, I mean, forced to, because like I'm not going to say a bad thing, I'm not going to say any mean stuff to the teacher, because, I mean, on her part, what she did, like I remember mentioning to you all that she gave me detention for like an unexpected reason, which was kind of a shocker to me. Because they knew my potential. But it's just the sickest part was they I'm sorry to say, but they don't have much resource. I know not every district can have resources, or not everything is perfect, really, or not every school is perfect. So pretty much that's the best they could do, really. So it was tough. But yeah, my 8th grade prom, I'm telling you, it was fun. I gotta say, it was more fun. Yeah, like we were dancing, we were like having fun. But until we were forced to dance in that part, I suck at fucking dancing. I'm telling you, I was dancing like a fucking penguin. Dancing literally like a fucking penguin. Because I wasn't even aware enough to even realize what I've been going through. Because I was like, you can tell viewers, I wasn't too thrilled. I wasn't even like smiling as much because how really tough it was. But although I made through it and I'm still fucking standing here, knock on fucking wood, you don't even know what time I'd say. So, you know, I made through it, everything was solved. I mean, everything was over and done with, really. Past was over and done with. Now I'm making mainly focusing on the future mostly, instead of going through the past and bringing up the tough times, stuff like that. I mean, those old this year viewers like these were like tough times because we were like, it was tough and it was I was going through hormones to remind you though. I was like 14 in that photo right there. Like you can see me on that corner. I was like 14 at that time. It was tough, I gotta say. Really tough time. Now on to when I was gonna graduate school. So, yeah, on to when I was gonna graduate. So we have, that's the one. I had to look for it though. Dun, 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 dun. That's where it is. Bingo, found it. Now, remind you viewers, this was me. Like, I was gonna walk. This was during graduation on June 21st, 2022. This was when I was gonna about to finish 8th grade already, about to move on to high school. I was like, I had to get. It was gonna take time for me to get used to because like when I was before going out of district, finding more like better resource. Back then, it was when I was a 9th grader viewers. First time as a high schooler was really tough because it's like it was a tough time too because I was like dealing with some stuff going on. I mean, I had some issues going on, and it was just really tough time. Yeah, it was like, I mean, viewers, like I said again, not every school you go to, viewers, for kids on the spectrum is imperfect. You gotta to find the better fit for your kid. For those of you who are like parents on YouTube, and it's not easy to to go without mostly IEP because I'm on the IEP program. It's very difficult and more complex than 504 plan that my brother has. It's very complicated. If I had to like assume off the bat, it's like IP is more like breaking down the work and they get help easily for like more support, stuff like that. And it was just so tough, but what can you do? Back then it was like they had no clue and they didn't even know that I was literally high functioning. They didn't know. They just thought I was fucking aggressive. That's how really tough it was. They always like misinterpret. That's the reason why I can't even so I can't even just bother saying this, but viewers, it was about my 8th grade prom and my graduation, so that's like gonna be over and done with anyway before I move on to other things. So yeah, I mean, you can see here, this was me, walking to get my diploma, I think. I was in middle school at the time. Back in when I was in middle school was really like tough. When I was a 14 in 8th grade, definitely wasn't as perfect until maybe at the end of the school year, like sometime 2022. At the end of the school year, when I was about to finish, was kind of better. I mean, hey, listen, it's not really like a good system where I am from. It's not. They just, I don't know. They had no resource. They're lacking resource, really, in my personal opinion. Trust me, viewers, is nobody's fault. I know. You know, some people always misinterpret on YouTube too. It's not just myself. I mean, back then it was really tough. I gotta to admit, when it comes with kids on the spectrum, you have to like find out what the trigger is. If you don't find out the trigger and you let it happen, let's say a kid happened was gonna run off the fucking school and the teachers didn't caught them on time, then they become like fucking liable because they're gonna let a student to walk out of the school building because that's a red flag on their part. Which, listen, nothing surprised me anymore. I mean, back then, in my case, was totally different. I mean, it was a bad time. I mean, I shouldn't have been bringing this up, but it was worth it because, to tell you all my experience and how much I've been through, mostly in middle school. Grammar school was just doesn't count because it was like more fun stuff, and I was there until like when I was like 12, 13, and then I went to middle school sometime of 2020 to 21. Then by 22 is when I finished my 8th grade year, my final year as a middle schooler. So that was like round of applause, even though didn't make accomplishment. But viewers, I'm improving. I mean, everybody's improving. I mean, they might have changed their program by now. I mean, you never know what time says. It's like they change a lot over the years. You know, they said that according to what they said on their part was that they're gonna make some changes in our town here, like school system wise. But I don't know when it's gonna happen. So, I mean, they said they're building a new school like on 65th Street, where the empty spot is. Might be a new school there. I don't even know if they're gonna open up a center maybe. Like, I don't know. I don't even have a clue yet what they might do. Plus, I barely even know what they're gonna build later on in the future. You think I fucking know? Like 8 fucking light years away to 30 years, 10 to 20 fucking years, and I bet that they're gonna build like a new school there. To my surprise, it's like, I mean, it's not their fault, viewers. I gotta say. Like, it's not their fault for lacking resource. I don't know why I keep mentioning this to you two, but it's not their. I mean, I get they don't have much resource, but me staying in there until ninth grade is could impact though. That's why it was like it could just spark when I was like 14 at the time. Even when I started ninth grade, I was 14 and a half. Not even. Like, almost about to be 15. And you know, like, how fucking, like, tough it is? Now I'm lucky I'm, like, outside of the district and getting more resource. Because, honestly, they need to, like, fix their, I don't want to, like, say that much, but they need to fix their shit, to be honest. They need to really fix their shit. Because it's like, because they're going to have a red flag on their part, and the kids wouldn't be interested in going to school here. It's like, they need to get more resource. That's why they got a high rate. Viewers, we have in our area, we have about 140 fucking students out of the fucking district because they don't have much of resource. They got over over 100 students leaving to get better resource. Mostly like special education wise, they need like understanding resource. So yeah, I don't know how they feel, but it's tough. And I'm not just saying to make them feel bad, viewers. It's just I'm not saying to make them feel bad. It's nobody's fault. I mean, listen, they have their own stuff to do, and depending on the schools they go to, it's not gonna be perfect. But you just have to go with the flow. That's all it is. But yeah, I mean, but on the side note, the 8th grade graduation was alright. I mean, I was overwhelmed because they were like loud a little bit. But I think I wore, because my mom, she used to give me like stuff to go through the ear where I don't have like sensory overload. Yeah, where I don't have any much of sensory. Because it does help a little bit. I gotta take this off right now before I could get into trouble by, I just don't want to take a risk. There we go. Yeah. Now we're back to the homepage. Anyway, yeah, that's just how my story, kind of a story of an 8th grade prom. I mean, back then it wasn't much. I mean, we danced, we hang out. I mean, yeah, we hanged out sort of. Dance a little bit, take pictures. It was fun. I mean, it was tough though at the same time if you're dealing with a kid on the spectrum. But it was all right. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. This is gonna be it for this long story of my 8th grade prom and my 8th grade graduation. And yeah, let's just say it was alright. I mean, I got to admit, it was tough, but it was alright. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and see you folks later. Peace out. Bye bye.